What's going on, family? We are getting into some reactions here on stream today, and today we got some friends with us hanging out. Today we are checking out the brand new song from Little Soul. The song is called Price. The last song, I can't remember what it was called. I don't think that we even did a reaction for it. But first listen, I was like, yo, this artist is definitely something fucking special. So I knew that the next song that they put out, we were definitely going to do a reaction to try to help support just their music in general. So we are here checking out The Price from Little Soul lyric video. Let's jump into it. Already, this is what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just sold on the guitar already. You know what? She didn't even start singing yet.
Scattered across the ground, memories are still yet to be found. Reveries, birds of a distant sound. I forgot, I am forever bound to this knot. I get to see the thorns I wear with pride. Do I want to be free or push it all aside? Freedom has a price I'm too afraid to pay. I won't hear your advice, I don't want to obey.
All right, we're gonna write this back from the top because she caught me pretty quick. We're gonna run this back from the top. I don't know if I can even hear me. I turn my microphone down. Jesus, if I could get my words out today. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we're gonna run this back from the top because, and like right off the bat, she had me like thinking, and I kind of got lost for a minute, so I missed a couple lyrics in the middle of there. So I'm gonna have to run it back and hear it from the beginning.
Across the ground, memories are still yet to be found.
I really loved this line right here. That's what I said. I got stuck on this line already when she was talking about the scattered across the ground, the memories still yet to be made, still yet to be found. A lot of times when when writers make references to like scattered across the ground type stuff, it's more or less like looking at the past. So it's like looking at like scattered pictures, right? Those are all things of like the past. But the way that she tied that together with like the process of like, it's not about all just the past, but it's about the future too. The memories that haven't even been made yet, the ones that are gonna be there the next time that we do this. Does that make sense? We spent a lot of time dwelling on the past and a lot of people don't think that much about the future. So I'm like, immediately I was like very like taken back initially by like the opening lyrics of this one, because I'm like, I don't even know what kind of story we're telling here, but I'm like, I just love the fact that she made me think like really off of like just the very, very intro to this song. That's what I'm saying. I feel like when it comes to like great writers, it's you draw us in from the beginning. And it was like I said that at the beginning, where I was like, just the like the little guitar like melody riff that she was playing, where I was like, I'm already sold, because I'm like, there's already like so much soul in what she's just playing already. Where I'm like, we're about to go on like this real journey. Does that make sense? Where it's like you could just tell that like it's more than just the chords you're playing. Does that make sense? And I'm like, you know, that is the beauty of art, and that's what I fucking see here. You know what I'm saying?
Yet to be found. Reveries, birds of a distant sound. I forgot, I am forever bound to this push it all aside. Freedom has a price I'm too afraid to pay.
That's a fire ass line right there too about the freedom has a price I'm too afraid to pay. Talking about like the thorns like in like that are like she's like wearing. It sounds like, and it reminds me a lot of like I don't know, the idea of like letting go, the idea of moving on from something or someone that might be bad for you, right? Whether it be like a relationship or a situation, friends, like any, like I said, relationship is very open to many things. And I think a lot of times people instantly think of just like romantic, but it's not always just romantic relationships that these things like apply to that way. Freedom has a price I'm too afraid to pay. There's like so much depth in that line, just like in just already. Does that make sense? Where it's like just the idea of freedom. Freedom always has a cost. It's never, there's always some sort of sacrifice you have to make in order to gain that. Does that make sense? And I feel like a lot of times, like that is the thing that holds us back. Like, you know, is like when she was talking about like I'm too afraid to pay. Where it's like a lot of times the price that it would take to get to the freedom that you're looking for might be too much for you to be willing to pay. And that's a lot of times how people get stuck and they feel like they can't go anywhere or do anything from that because they can't afford to. Like I said, I feel like there's so much to be said about that line, just beyond what I even mentioned. You know what I mean?
I won't hear your advice. I don't want to obey.
Fire. Let them marinate on it, fam.
Scattered within my past, painful scars, happiness down.
Man, I made a mention about how, like in the beginning, where we're talking about like the thinking about the future, and then second verse. You know, sometimes I love where my brain goes. You know what I mean? Because it's like I feel almost vindicated in what I said at the beginning, because I feel like she just like, okay, now second verse, we're talking about the past now.
Scattered within my past, painful scars, happiness don't lost, dark memoirs, feelings as old as me, buried near a branch hanging from a tree, skies unclear. I don't want to dig in this bottomless pit. The pain is way too big, that's all I'll admit. I don't want to dig in this bottomless pit. Oh, the pain is way too big, that's all I'll admit. I'd rather to see the chains I wear.
I really like the melody in this so much, and where she like just makes you marinate on those lines because she repeated it, right? You know, again, when it comes to, I don't know, music, you know, repetitiveness is either lack of thought or it's because I really wanted you to think about that. You know what I mean? And this is the kind of situation where I'm not saying this is because we were uninspired. There's way too much inspiration. But this is the perfect example of I really wanted you to pay attention to that line. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to repeat it again. And the way that she carries that back into the melody, so fucking fire.
Oh, the pain is way too big, that's all I'll admit. I'd rather to see the chains I wear with pride. Do I want to be free or keep it all inside? To heal comes at a cost I'm not willing to pay. The memories I lost inevitably stay.
Oh my god. That was beautiful, man. Holy shit. That's how I felt like the first song that she did. Let's go ahead and give all of our friends some thumbs up. I'm gonna sit here and think about my comment, I think, for sure. When she was talking about at the end about the, again, wearing like chains with pride and how healing comes with like a cost. That same cost is like freedom, right? It makes me really think about how I've been really having like a lot of like this like self-reflection of like where personally it's almost like I feel like more comfortable in my trauma than I do trying to heal, if that makes any sense. So like I said, there's so many different things that this song I feel like can relate to people. Because again, I think the overall message is more or less holding on to something that is causing you pain and almost being too afraid to let it go. And like I said, for me, sometimes I feel like I have really been thinking about how like there's just certain things that like I should probably take out of my comfort, put myself out of my comfort zone and do again. That it's time to like push those boundaries again, because the last times that you did them wasn't the best, but it doesn't mean that like you're stuck here forever, like not being able to go through those kind of situations. But again, sometimes it's almost more painful to heal than it is to just like be comfortable with the wounds that you already have, because you know what they feel like. And again, like that, going back to the whole thing about like freedom having like a cost that way, where it's like it kind of like feels the same way, where it's like you're almost kind of more comfortable just being, a prisoner, wounded, hurting the way that you're hurting, that separating from that would cause you more pain, even though it probably wouldn't. I think that's what a lot of times we're just comfortable with this amount of pain because it's this, but that would be too much. I don't know. This whole thing has made me just think so much. And that's why, again, I think there's something special, really something special about Little Soul's music. This is only the second song, again, I think that they have like put out this way and released. But my God, I think it's fucking amazing. I feel like there's so much depth in, like, again, soul in like in what they're creating this way. Make sure you guys go do the right thing. Go support this video at the top, very top of this video will be the link. You can click on it and go, boost it yourself. Go share it with your friends. Go share it with your, enemies too. Because maybe they'll hate it, but maybe they'll like it. You know what I mean? Maybe they'll just hate that you sent it to them. And again, your damn neighbor's listening to too much of that country music, so this would probably just put them in a better mood, I think. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they'll get them to think a little bit about something in their life. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think at the end of the day, you gotta do what's right for you. And sometimes it's painful to heal from things. But it's you gotta still try. Even if it takes a long time. It's important to still try. And I feel like that's what I've had to really think about a lot myself lately, where it's like, even if it takes your whole life, you know what I mean, you gotta keep going. I think that's all I got for this one, guys. Do the right thing. Go support Little Soul. Tell them what you fuck with their music. Be kind to a stranger. Tell somebody that you love them. And if you haven't joined the Foxtrot family, there's always room for you.